Hey guys, welcome back to Road Mechanics. Today we're going to show you how to replace your timing belt on a Volkswagen Jetta Golf 1.8 turbo engine. This should cover years from 99 all the way until 2005. Stay with us to see how we're going to do that, and don't forget to subscribe for one new video every day. Alright guys, first you need to drain the coolant, so stay with us to see how to do that. So what you need to do guys, first you need to go on the passenger side, you need to jack up the right side all the way in the air. You need to put it on jack stand, never rely on the jack itself. And you need to go after that to the driver's side. By jacking up the left side, the passenger side of the vehicle, we're going to make it tilted that way, so all the coolant will come right here, and that's where the valve is. So all we have to do is just turn it by hand, open it, okay, and they tend to get stuck a little bit, but you open it and then you pull it out. Okay, and what you need to do next, you need to go and remove the cap on the coolant reservoir right here, because right now there is a lot of vacuum in the system and it's not going to come out. And once you do that, you see how fast the coolant will come out and it will flush the system. Okay. Alright guys, so it's going to take you probably about 2-3 minutes to empty the whole system, and after that what you need to do, you need to go ahead, push on the valve and turn it clockwise now to the right and get it tight, make sure it's not leaking. And now that's how you drain the coolant. Alright guys, so we are going to need a 15mm wrench in order to remove the serpentine belt. Okay, you don't need a socket, you need a wrench. And now let me show you exactly. Okay, that's the tensioner pulley. It goes on that on top of the tensioner pulley, and now we need to go clockwise, and it's going to release the belt. Okay, you can see how much we gained now. Okay, let me see now. You need to go ahead, grab it and pull it out of the alternator first, and that is a pretty tight fit here, or the AC compressor, one of the two. Okay, you can see on the bottom. We'll just pull it out of the AC compressor now, and the belt will come out. Okay, just like that. And you can release the pressure now. You don't need to hold the tensioner pulley anymore. And now you need to work your way around it and pull it out of the crankshaft on the bottom. And this is the belt. It's a double-sided belt, as you know. As you can see, it has grooves on both sides. Alright guys, after you drain the coolant, now you need to remove the sensor for the level. You need to push down and then push right here to release the clip, and all you need to do is just pull up. And on the back side there is one more, so it's two of them. You need to press on both, okay, just like that, and you can remove the sensor. Now with the pliers you need to remove that clamp right here. It's been already removed, I don't know why, they forgot to install it last time. And now you need to push that hose out of the way. That's the overflow hose. Okay, it's not very important, but it's good to install the clamp on it. And next, there is two screws, one right here in the back with a Phillips screwdriver, okay, and one next to it, but it's on the right side. So together two screws now. And after that you can go ahead and pull it up a little bit, and then we have one more hose on the bottom that we will need to remove. That's the main hose there. Okay, so you need to remove that clamp, get it out of the way. Those are pretty tight. Okay, just like that, it's going to pop up. Okay, right there, and just you need to jump it over the lip there, and it's pretty tight, almost there. That will give you a hard time. It's easier with bigger pliers. And now we need to remove that hose as well. You can grab it and turn it, and it's going to come loose. Okay, just go left, right until it comes out of there, like that. So after you remove it, after that you need to remove those hoses out of the power steering reservoir, and with a 10mm socket there there is one nut that you need to remove that holds the reservoir to the, as you can see, bolt, actually long bolt to the engine mount. And now you can pull it up, okay, like that. So if you want to drain it and remove it, guys, you need to remove that clamp right here, okay, and get something, a container, a jar or something to collect the power steering fluid so you don't make a mess everywhere. Okay, right there, now you need to pull it out. Okay, you can see it comes out, and it's going to be probably between half a quart and a quart. Okay, right there now goes in the container. So we can get it out of the way, guys, and have more room for the timing belt. Alright guys, next what we will need to do, in order to remove the engine mount, we will need to secure the engine. We will need to get a jack and put a wood block on the jack, and we will need to jack the engine up a little bit, okay, as you can see, just like that. But always put a wood block, because otherwise you're going to punch a hole. That's aluminum oil pan and it's very soft, so always use a wood block, big wood block. So what we will need to do now, right here there is two bolts with 18mm socket, one there and one right here, that we'll need to remove, and those are usually pretty tight. We got them loose already, so we can use the little impact and save you some time. You can see just like that, and make sure that the engine is supported, it's lifted even a little bit, it's jacked up. Okay, second bolt. And now what we will need is a 16mm socket, and we will need to remove two more, one right there and one in the back. Okay, just like that. You can see what it looks like, and now the one on the back side. Okay, and after that we have one more with a 13mm socket right there. We need to remove that bolt. And there is one more in the backs, on the back as well. So two of them with the 13. Okay, we got it ready to go now. Okay, I like that bolt, and the one on the back side right there as well. So two with the 13mm socket. Okay, just like that. And now you can go ahead and pull them out. Okay, and this is that little metal plate, that's the support for the, I think, for the reservoir for the power steering fluid. And now you can go ahead and pull the engine mount out, okay, just like that. And now we'll show you where the bolts are. There is three bolts that we will need to be removing, one right here, one there, and one on top right there with a 13mm socket. Okay, all three of them. So you can just go ahead and take them off. Okay guys, we got them loose. Okay, all three bolts now. You can see the top two, they actually hold the bracket for the water hose right there. Okay, we have quite a bit of room now because we removed the engine mount. Okay, that's the tensioner pulley, as you can see. And that's the number. If you need it on any of those, that's the factory one in Germany, made in Germany, Volkswagen. Alright guys, we removed the tensioner pulley out of the way because it will be in the way. And now with a 16mm socket, actually with a short extension, there is one bolt in that engine mount, I don't know what they call it, the support, the bracket, right? Engine mount bracket. There is that 16mm bolt there, and there is one underneath it. We'll show you where, but we will need to drop the engine a little bit down so we can reach that. Okay, then this one, it's hard to get out of there, but you need to pull it out because otherwise it will be holding. Okay, just like that, pretty long bolt. Okay guys, now what you need to do, you need to start dropping the engine a little bit down with the jack, but just be very careful, don't go too much down, not to damage any lines. Okay, and you just slowly start dropping it. Alright guys, the next thing that what we will need to do, we will need to remove that intercooler pipe right here. So there is a clamp on the back side that we will need to remove with a flathead screwdriver, one there And okay, as you can see, you need to loosen it up. Hard to show you there, but other one there. And we'll need to remove the one on the front as well. Okay, so we can remove that intercooler pipe because it will be in the way. We need to remove the pulley. Then we still need to remove that bolt with the 16mm wrench that holds the engine bracket. Alright guys, next for that intercooler pipe, that's the bracket right here that holds it with a 10mm nut. We'll need to, or a bolt, we'll need to remove it. Okay, as you can see, it's just a nut and it dropped down now. Now you can go ahead and pull it out, but there is oil inside. Most likely, if the turbo leaked a little bit, you will definitely have oil there, so you'll make a mess now, guys. Okay, and you can just pry a little bit with the screwdriver to help it, because sometimes they'll be pretty tight. And you can pull it out. We'll see if that one leaked oil or not. Probably not. That's pretty good. It has 115,000 miles, and everything looks good so far. Okay guys, now that bolt with the 16mm socket on the bottom, you can see it's visible right there, real easy to access with a long extension. And you can just go ahead and pull it out. Okay, not as long as the other one, but still pretty long. What we need to do, we need to jack it up again, because there is a third bolt for that bracket. We forgot about it, so we'll show you exactly where it is now. Okay, so you need to bring the engine up again. Alright guys, and that's where the bolt is, if you can see on the back right there. So we got it loose now, and we can just do it by hand, but you still need to do it with the socket and with the extension, because it's pretty limited room there. Okay, and you need to hold the mount at the bracket because it's going to move. Yes, that's the bolt. Okay, right there, pretty long bolt again. You can see what it looks like, and now you can just go ahead and you can pull this thing out, but it's a mess. You need to play with it and bring the engine up a little bit if you need to, because it will get stuck there. Okay guys, in order to remove this one, sometimes if you don't want to jack it up and mess with it too much, what we need to do, we need to remove that timing cover. So there is one notch right here. Okay, so you need to, that clamp, and one on the back side. Okay, it's right there. Hard to show you, but it's right there. You need to do those, and now you need to pull it towards the back. Okay, like that, in an angle, and you come out. Okay, that's the timing cover, guys. That's what it looks like. Pretty dirty inside. Okay, and you come out of there. That's the bracket, guys. Okay, that's what it looks like. That's where one bolt is, another, and the third one on the bottom. Okay guys, now on the bottom we're going to remove that crankshaft pulley. We're going to remove it with a 6mm Allen wrench. There is 4 bolts, so we need to remove all these 4. Okay, get them loose and remove those. Sometimes those will be really tight, and be careful not to strip them. So if you use a 19mm socket, I don't know what they call those, the 12-point I think, you can hold the bolt there for the crankshaft. Okay, and you can take them off that way, otherwise you'll be turning the engine counterclockwise, which is not good. And we just got them loose, so now we can just take them off with a little impact. Save you guys some time so you don't watch all that stuff, but you know what to do. Okay, just be very careful, because use the right size Allen wrench, because if it's not, and if yours is wore out, you're going to make those round, and you'll be not be able to remove them, and that will be catastrophic. Okay, we removed all 4 of them now, so you can pull that socket out. Okay, just like that, and now you can pull the crankshaft pulley. As you can see, that's what it looks like, guys. Okay, now 2 bolts we need to remove for that metal. Okay, this one right there, and the one next. And then we have 2 more, guys. Okay, right there, that we'll need to remove as well. You see right there, and the one right here. So take those off as well. So far we have 4 10mm bolts that we'll need to remove. Okay, from the top, that's what it looks like. So we're removing the 4th one now. And then we will have one more right here, guys. That's the 5th one in this hole with a 10mm socket again. Got it loose, save you some time. Okay, That's what it looks like. And after that you'll be able to pull that metal plate out, as you can see down, and this one here. Okay, and this one you just pull it out as well. It comes out in an angle, as you can see right there. So what we're going to do now, we have full access to the timing belt, but we're going to show you first, if you have the timing belt now on, do not remove it until you mark a few things here and there. Okay, you need to bring it to a TDC right here to right here, as you can see, this mark on the valve cover, and there is a mark, okay, right here on the camshaft pulley. So you need to align those, and on the bottom, we just wanted, guys, to show you, we installed it quick to show you where exactly the alignment is. There is an alignment right there in the back, as you can see, and there is one on the pulley. When you pull the pulley, okay, right there, so everything is aligned. It's a TDC right now, and you can pull it out just to check, and as you can see, that's where everything needs to align right there. And we will recommend you can just mark it now right here with a nail polish or paint or something, so you know, and you don't do the repair again, because if you lose the timing marks, it's a little bit of a complicated deal. You need to put the crankshaft pulley a few times, and it's time consuming. Okay, we're going just to use a Sharpie, but you can use paint. We recommend using paint. So as you can see, that's how we marked it, one on the timing cover and one on the sprocket itself. And on the top, we're just going to do it just in case. Okay, so we know there is a mark on the top, so you don't need to worry about that part. Alright guys, now with an 8mm Allen wrench, we're going to loosen the tensioner. Okay, let me see if I can get a good view right there. And you just need to go counterclockwise. Okay, and we're going to remove it. Before you remove the tensioner, the hydraulic tensioner actually will be still applying some pressure, so we will need to remove the hydraulic tensioner first. There is one ball with 10mm socket on the outside there. Once we remove it, guys, we'll show you exactly where it is, so you know what to expect. And there is one bolt, okay, underneath this one, again with the same 10mm socket that you need to do. Okay, right there, it's a little bit hard to see. It's under that idler pulley right there, and you need to hold it now because it's going to drop. Okay, like that. Still holding a little bit, and after that, now you'll be able to turn the tensioner actually and remove it. I'll show you how. Okay, and you can just pull it out like that, and as you can see, that tensioner right here, it turns all the way. That's how you get pressure on the belt, and now you just loosen it like that. And what you need to do now, you just need to start pulling the timing belt out of the camshaft pulley like that. Okay, and let us show you. Okay, that's the hydraulic tensioner, and look at that pulley right here, that idler pulley. That thing is completely shot, guys. We don't know how that thing was still moving. They got pretty lucky that they bought this one for a timing change right now. And you can just, once you pull it out of the camshaft pulley, okay, the sprocket, you can just go ahead actually and pull the whole belt out. Okay, and that's what the belt looks like. This one has 117,000 miles. Okay, and as you can see, it started breaking, so it was just a matter of time. You can see the cracks to actually break the timing belt and ruin the whole engine, at least the top end for sure. Okay, and now you can just remove the bolt and the tensioner pulley right here. As you can see, that's what it looks like. And next thing that we will need to do, we will need to remove the power, we will actually need to remove the water pump, which is located right here. And here is the new parts, here is the new tensioner, as you can see right there, and you need to make sure that you have that washer. That's a hydraulic tensioner right here, as you can see, and this is the water pump. We purchased the one with the metal, okay, with the metal pulley, because otherwise the other ones we've heard bad stories about them. And we bought the kit with the water pump. Always buy the other one unless you replaced recently the water pump. And 3 bolts with a 10mm socket. You need to remove those. Once we do that, we'll show you exactly where they are. We'll pull the pump out now in a minute and see. Okay, that's what the bolts look like. Okay, if it's really stuck, you can get the screwdriver right here and actually pry it, okay, like that, and it will come out. We still leaked a little bit of coolant. Okay, and that's the pump, guys. As you can see, that's the original one, even with the plastic propeller inside of it. And this is the new and the old stuff. Okay, old stuff right here, that's the new belt, guys, made by Continental, Contitech right here. Pretty good quality, we will recommend that. And that's the whole kit with the pump, as you can see. Okay, now we're going to install the water pump and the timing belt, so stay with us. We have a little bit more to do. Alright guys, we installed the new pump already, so all we have to do is just get it tied with that 10mm socket. I think you can even use an Allen wrench, but we recommend using the socket. It grabs better, okay? And next thing we will need to do, we need to install the hydraulic tensioner, I think it's called. Okay, this unit right here, which will go exactly like that on the back. Make sure that you do not pull that thing out, because if you do, you need to compress it again and put it in. We'll show you why, because otherwise you won't be able to install the belt. Okay? Okay, that's how it should be installed, and you just get the 2 bolts tied again with that same 10mm socket. Okay, if you need the torque specs, you can find them. If you have hard time finding them, you can just let us know. We'll try to help you. We just done so many that we know, and we do them by hand. Okay. Next, you need to get a tensioner pulley, and you need to install that washer on the inside. Don't forget it. And you see how we're going to install it now. And you need to get the bolt tight, but not all the way. Just leave it a couple revolutions loose, because we will need to install the belt and then adjust the tensioner pulley according to the belt, so we can get the slack out of it. Right now we installed the belt. You need to make sure that you have everything lining up. The mark on the crankshaft, the one on the camshaft right here, it's hard to show you. And what you need to do, you put it on the bottom first, and then you put it, the last pulley you put it on is the camshaft. And never use a screwdriver or anything like that to pry it, because you're going to cause damage and you will eventually break the timing belt. Okay, just like that. You need to install it, make sure it lines up everywhere good. So you need to push it like right here. You see it's still sticking out, so you need to push it on all the pulleys. It will be pretty tight, because that's a new belt. Okay, then with that 8mm wrench, you need to get the bolt for the tensioner pulley tight. Okay, get it tight, guys, because if you leave it loose, okay, you don't want to risk it. Okay, like that. And after that, now it's time to pull the tensioner clip out. Okay, you can see the one right here. Just pull it out, and it's going to apply pressure to it, and that's the one that adjusted the right tension that it needs there. Okay, next, last what we need to do, you need to get that 19mm socket, and you need to make at least 2, we recommend 4 revolutions on the bottom. Make sure that you're not hitting valves or anything like that, guys. Okay, and at the end you're going to stop at the timing marks and check them again, make sure everything aligns good. Okay, if you accidentally did something wrong while you're turning, you might hit the valves. Never apply pressure, just go back and start over. Okay, as you can see, we're doing pretty good. We have over 2 revolutions. You need 2 full revolutions to make one whole cycle, okay, because it's a 4-cycle engine. So as you can see now, we should be at the top. Okay, right here is the mark, and the one on the bottom should be there as well. Okay, the green one. So that's the procedure, guys. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. You put, guys, everything back together the same way we took it apart, in reverse order. We also have the video how to install the serpentine belt if you need help. We have many videos on our channel, feel free to check them out. Thank you for watching, hopefully the video was helpful. Don't forget to give us a like and subscribe for one new video every day.